Hello and welcome. Today we're diving into the story of a piece of software that pretty much breaks all the rules. It was actually designed from the ground up with one very strange goal in mind: to disappear.
So imagine this message just pops up on your screen one day. It's weirdly polite. It's not a warning. It's not demanding you pay up. It's just a final goodbye. And then, poof, the software is just gone. No trace left behind.
I mean, that's a wild question, isn't it? In a world where every app and every service is fighting tooth and nail to stay on our devices forever, this one is literally built to leave. Okay, let's dive into this and figure out what on earth is going on here.
Right, so the software is called NRG Guardian, and to really get what makes it tick, you have to start with its core philosophy. This isn't about flashy features or some next-gen AI. It's all about a fundamental belief in what software should be. This right here, this single sentence from its own documentation, is the key to understanding everything about it. It defines its entire reason for being. It's there to do a job, and once that job is done, its presence is no longer needed. It's designed to help you, not to cling to you. Okay, so that's a nice idea, right? A tool, not a parasite. But how do you actually build a security program that lives up to that? Well, it all comes down to a few core mechanical principles, and they're all built on transparency and, get this, respect for the user.
First and foremost, and this is a big one, it never spies on you. Guardian uses something called metadata-only scanning. What that means is it never ever reads the content of your documents or your photos or your personal files. It only looks at the label on the outside, stuff like the file path, how big it is, and when you last opened it. This makes data theft, or what the pros call exfiltration, completely impossible. Second, there's no secret sauce here, no magic algorithm that you just have to trust. It uses a really simple, rule-based system to spot potential issues. For example, it might flag a file just because it's unusually large, say over 500 megabytes, or because it was just modified in the last hour. The key here is that every single decision it makes is completely understandable. There's no black box. And that brings us to its most important ethical pillar, the human-in-the-loop review. And this is all about building trust. See, the software can only flag things and suggest you do something about them. It never deletes, it never moves, it never changes anything on its own. You, the human, always make the final call. This creates this beautifully simple and respectful workflow. You can boil it down to 3 steps. 1, Guardian flags a potential issue. 2, you decide what to do about it. And 3, Guardian respects your decision, period. You are always the ultimate authority. But all of this, the ethics, the respect for the user, it's all building toward the most radical, the most counterintuitive feature of NRG Guardian. This is the thing that truly sets it apart from almost any other software you've ever installed. Let's just look at this number for a second. 365. What could that possibly mean for a piece of software? It's not a version number. It's not the price. Nope. It's a countdown. That's right. After exactly 1 year, the software is programmed to gracefully and completely remove itself from your system. Now, this isn't a bug, and it's not a trial period ending. This is what the program is built to do. Its own mortality is its most critical feature. So why on earth would you design software to die? Well, because its death is what sets the user free. Think about it. That means no nagging renewal traps, no annoying pop-ups trying to upsell you, no vendor lock-in, no fear tactics to get you to resubscribe. Its mortality, it's its most user-friendly feature. It does its job, and then it gets out of your way, leaving your system completely clean. Now, this whole thing might sound like some niche, experimental idea, but NRG Guardian is actually a perfect example of a much broader philosophical shift that's happening in technology right now. You can really see it as a choice between 2 totally opposite models of thinking. On the left, you've got the parasite model, the one we're all a little too familiar with, right? Harvesting our data, locking us into systems, using fear and manipulation. But on the right, you have the Guardian model, which prioritizes privacy, freedom, trust, and respect. This brilliantly illustrates the crossroads where developers are finding themselves today. And as our source material points out, the tech world of 2026 is seeing this major pivot. We're moving away from an obsession with just fast AI, making things powerful just for the sake of it, and we're moving toward trusted AI. The goal is now to build technology that can actually act as a reliable, helpful partner. This quote really just gets to the heart of it all. We're entering an era where our technology is meant to be a teammate, not just a tool we bark commands at. And Energy Guardian, it embodies this perfectly. It's a security program that works alongside you, a teammate that protects you, without ever exploiting that trust.
And so this whole story leaves us with a pretty provocative final thought. When you look at all the apps and services that are constantly demanding our attention and our data, we have to ask, what would our digital lives look like? What would they feel like if more of our technology was built with the simple grace to leave?